girlhood becomes stronger when there's more of us behind it.
Only certain people are allowed in, but who's allowing? That's the real question.
Do you have any relationship to the concept of girlhood?
I absolutely do. I find girlhood to be inspiring. There are a lot of human beings who are girls who transcend what their gender is supposed to be.
Yes.
And that to me is something I draw strength from and excitement from.
Love ya!
No love. Don't love you. I'm just gonna go with no on those dudes with their 5 o'clock shadows discussing how girlhood becomes stronger when guys join the club. Now, the madness just simply never ends, and we're going to find out today what other stories are trending left. And we head up north there, where our kooky Canadian neighbors have already embraced all the nonsense that is the alphabet salad of orientations, and they're now looking to push a bill that would actually prosecute anyone who misgenders or criticizes or in general just doesn't love and support any and all self-identified members of the Rainbow Mafia. Plus, they will face a fine of up to 25 grand. That's a lot of money. Just if you decide to, hurt someone's gender feelings. So, bright colors unite.
Firstly, it enables the Attorney General to create a 2S LGBTQI+ community safety zone to prohibit within 100 meters of the property any homophobic, transphobic act of intimidation, threat, offensive threats, offensive remarks, protest, disturbance, and distribution of hate propaganda within the meaning of the criminal code. It also comes with it a penalty of $25,000 if prosecuted successfully.
Well, that's a sight to be seen right there with that whole gang. They could have their own non-superhero movie, maybe supervillain movie, based on that lineup. Now, speaking of activism in countries outside of America, we're going to go over to the UK, where an interview from 2015 has been unearthed with a trans rights activist named Peter Thatchell. What makes this clip so interesting is that 8 years ago, Peter's position on refusing to condemn adults who have relations with minors, it seemed pretty outrageous. However, today, MAPS, or minor attracted persons, well, that's just becoming mainstream.
So take, for example, the very famous filmmaker, Derek Jarman, who sadly has died. He told me when he was about 50 that he had had sex with a young man when he was 9 years old. He said it was his choice. He said he wasn't pressured or manipulated. He said he had no regrets about that sexual experience. So my view is, that's what he's saying. It's his personal view as an adult, mature man looking back on his childhood. If he says that, who am I or you to dispute it?
If a 9-year-old says anything, who are we to dispute it? Not that at the age of 9, when that happened, he suppressed it all, and so then when he got older, he spun it into, a positive experience so as not to actually have to go back and revisit that horrific time in his life. But, that's okay, because again, we're supposed to listen to whatever 9-year-olds say, or 8-year-olds, or 5-year-olds, or hey, straight out the womb, it doesn't matter. If you're an adult, it's totally okay in these people's minds to be attracted to, and apparently now act on your feelings towards children. Gross. Now we're going to head back to the United States because we have a free F-R-E-E, free 99 weekend of a drag workshop that was just held for kids as young as, 8 years old in Santa Cruz, California, because why not? Now, as you can see, the Art of Drag, hosted by Young Actors Theater Camp, was described as a weekend to discover your inner drag and share it with the world. Makeup, wigs, fabulosity, I don't even know, and a live show. Queens, kids, and non-binary royalty welcome. Of course, again, it says kids ages 8 to 18 years old are welcome to attend for free 99, or just, pay what you can. And I'm guessing they're going to want it to be in dollar bill form. Anything you do pay, just single dollars. They seem to work best. Now, We're not done yet, everyone, because who says that 8-year-olds are just too young for drag? Certainly not these crazy people, and certainly not a drag summer camp in Vancouver, British Columbia, where they are saying, hold my wig, as they welcome children as young as 7 years old. Now, as the promotion says, do you have an alter ego that is just waiting to hit the stage? Our new 2-week senior drag camp might be just your cup of tea, honey. Led by some of Vancouver's established and emerging drag artists, you'll learn how to access your inner confidence, show your true colors, and maybe even let out that inner diva. You might be wondering, is drag for kids? Drag is for everyone. Parents, ask yourself, what's the difference between what you wear at home versus what you wear at work? You're doing drag, honey. You just don't know it. Of course, the cost to have your 7-year-old feel fabulous, well, I mean, it's only $460. But don't worry, there is a drag makeup kit included. So, I mean, clearly you should be forking out all this money for that drag, because I guess what you wear at home and then what you wear to work, if they're different, then hey, honey, you're doing drag. Yeah, because that's how we're trying to spin things these days. But I've had enough of the nonsense, and you probably have too, and we're going to wrap up this segment. Of course, you can be sure that there will be plenty more nonsense and craziness next week. Until then, stay sane, America.